Good afternoon. Hope that everybody's doing well this afternoon. Been a very interesting last couple of weeks on the political landscape. We'll talk about all of that this afternoon in this emergency den show because of the breaking news that took place. That's not even breaking news. I told y'all it would happen on Thursday. That Joe Biden would not make it. There's no way he was going to make it to the DNC. So I mean, it was obvious. I'm not going to act like, I have a all-seeing eye or some shit. But I mean, the signs told you everything. So anyway, give me about 35 seconds here, and we will get everything and be ready to roll. So let's get into it. This should be a very good den, and we have plenty to talk about. Un momento. That may or may not have been a little bit longer than 35 seconds. I thought my coffee was done. Don't ask me why I'm drinking coffee at this time. All right, just see me a moment. That's what happens when you have an abnormally large head. It just happens. All right, what's the motherfucking deal? My name is Ed Honcho. Welcome to the den. A very special den. Breaking news, nigga. Breaking news. Um, so something that we've been talking about a little bit this week. Y'all know I don't necessarily like to get all into the political shit, but it's that time of year. I mean, you can't really avoid it. The attempts, the dropouts, all the things that I'm saying. I mean, you have to basically you have to speak on it. So first, make sure you are in the live chat, not the top chat. Okay, you don't want to miss it. Shout out to White Persuasion. What's the motherfucking deal? the lovely Miss Sarah Lou. How are you? Let's see. Chill out. What's the motherfucking deal, Jabari? What's the motherfucking deal? Always good to see you. DeMarkey is here. Everybody. Number 10 chicken sandwich eating nasty. What's the motherfucking deal, DeMarkey? Arturo. What's the motherfucking deal? Mitchell. Always good to see you, my brother. What's the motherfucking deal? Jabraylon. Yeah, man, and you just said something that kind of that'll be a very interesting point I want us to talk about. Uh, let's see. Let me make sure I ain't missing the lovely Miss K Grace. How are you doing this afternoon? And if I miss you, I promise I ain't dish you. Let's get into it. So, for those of you who ain't been here in a minute, like I said, change it up a little bit. I know we used to normally go 2 hours. But this is what we're gonna do. So every stream now I've said they go. Excuse me, I'm burping. But that's very rude of me. And so if we reach halfway to the goal within the first hour, then we'll do 2 hours, take calls, and so forth and so on. Right. But if we do not, then we will have a great hour of conversation, and then move from there. So let me clear some things out. Let's talk about it. I was taking a nap. Okay. I was taking a nap. And I wake up to multiple notifications. And I read them. And I sat and I pondered for a moment. And normally part of me would be like, oh, cool, awesome, great. But like I said, it was no surprise. It had to happen. It had to happen. I mean, you saw, even though it may have not have been, on the forefront of everything. Let me see. Even though it may not be on the forefront of everything, and they weren't putting it out there, you heard people saying, "Oh, Joe was going to stay in the race. He's not backing down." And I think that's just something you say to try to keep people from wavering and jumping ship. But they're already jumping ship, right? I mean, honestly, I think anybody who watched the debate knew it was inevitable, right? They knew that there was no other option if the left wanted to win this election. You weren't going to win with Joe Biden. I mean, his track record, his current state of being, questionable. You know what I mean? Um, excuse me. It just wasn't going to happen. So I mean, it was inevitable. Then, like I said, you get the 19. You can't fulfill your obligations. You can't fulfill your duties. Right? In a time when we can talk about how you feel about either or candidate later. We're just talking about optics. We're talking about people who are middle of the fence, on the outside looking in. They're not necessarily aligned with this party or that party. They are going to go with their heart for who they believe is the strongest candidate. You got one guy who just survived an attempt on his life, and then probably gets one of the greatest photo ops of all time, right? We can talk about the theories. We can talk about all the, everything else later. But in this moment, one of the greatest photo ops of all time. Okay. Oh, yeah. Que Garcia. um, so, like I said, all methods are appreciated, but the preferred method is through the Streamlabs. So now, there was no doubt that Biden wasn't going to be it, but I think the question was who was going to replace him. And I think you got a lot of people, I guess you just automatically assume, right? If this is like, is that how it works? I mean, if if this is who you're running with, I know you can change vice presidents, right? Like, do you just automatically move up, or is this who they're going with because they have no other option? I mean, this is probably the most notable name that you have to push. Again, we can talk about track record. There is none, nothing positive. There's nothing benefit. Like, she has nothing to stand on. You can talk about her time as vice president. What has she done notable besides defile the White House walls with Sexy Red and Glorilla, right? She's been nothing but a photo op, nothing but a pawn for whatever community you want to be. It could be the Asian community, excuse me, the black female community. The pretty sure she's passed off as Latin. She's probably Jamaican and Dominican and everything else. Um, they use her for whatever they can find or whatever they can get away with. I have a hard time. I don't have a hard time at all. Let me stop. Let me stop. I don't have a hard time. I'm going to find it very interesting. I think she's going to have a hard time because I only think you're going to need a few pieces of a few sound bites from Kamala. And again, people are going to do their best to try to justify it and validate it. I still wouldn't be surprised if she is not somehow. And I'm like, because to me, I mean, you're almost just as good as going with Joe Biden again, right? Like, you're almost on the level you might as well just keep with the guy you got. Because again, like I said, there's nothing there. You have nothing to stand on. You have, I mean, literally nothing to stand on. And, but what's going to happen is this is a desperation play because now they know they have at least all of the black female voters, right? This is historic. The first time a woman may be president, it could be a black woman. She's been endorsed by Hillary Clinton, right? And I wholeheartedly believe that if she is the nominee, that you have to, right? And I think this is where I get sketchy. I think that she's going to go with a female vice president. She's going to go with a female vice president. As much as some people are pushing progressiveness and all of that, you got a lot of people going to be pushing that same message that are secretly not going to be voting for her at the ballot box. They'll say they did. They'll lie and say, you hate her. I guarantee it's motherfuckers who out here grifting and shit for Biden right now that did not vote for Biden. Like, you know what I mean? I think they knew better. But anyway. Bernie said, I don't think Bernie gonna do it. Bernie is they fuck Bernie over every time. Like, Bernie will be like winning. He should basically get the Democratic nominee, and they'll just find a way to nah, Bernie, we're cool. Somebody hit Michelle. You do exist. Somebody said Hillary's gonna try to step in it. Yeah, it was. Shout out to Mayor Lamont. What's the motherfucking deal? Good to see you. It was, and that's what I said. Like, if you watch the debate, you know that it was sad to watch Joe Biden. Like, whether you were a Biden supporter or not, whether you whatever, it was sad from everybody to see it, right? And so again, all of the clues, all of the factors led up to where we are now. When is the last time this happened? When is the last time that a a president dropped out of a reelection bid? Like, not taken out, but like just I mean, basically resigned from the position. 12. Good to see you as always. Uh yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. TD, what's the motherfucking deal? And that's what I'm saying. Like, it really was. It's been sad to watch for the last 4 years, right? It really has been. But some people are so willing to put blinders on. They're so willing to ignore the truth that they'll, now they're just now saying. I mean, people have been saying this for 4 or 5 years. I mean, before he became president. People just excuse it. Oh, it's just the old gaff. It's just the old, Joe has been slowly deteriorating before our very eyes, and they keep pushing him out there, right? I'm not a fan, don't like him that much. But still, it is what it is. Let me see. But that's the thing. And I know that's the move that's going to be made. I know the move is going to be made is that they're going to go with some female VP. And I believe this election is going to be a landslide victory for Donald Trump. Like I don't think it's going. Oh, this is what I was wondering. I was wondering. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah. Figure right. So you knew he had dementia before he was and that's what I'm saying. Like the signs were there. I mean, shit. Even during the debates back then, and I mean, just it was there, right? I mean, it's nothing's changed. You see him now when he's president. He's walking. They got a guide him. Like the thing is, once this administration is over, you know how it always happens. There's going to be somebody's going to leak all of this information and all of it, and you're going to find out how bad it really was dealing with Joe Biden in the White House. Right now, you hear little quips and little murmurs and whispers. Like you're going to find out how bad it really was dealing with Joe Biden in the White House. Like, and I don't think y'all are going to want to know. Like, I don't think some of us are surprised, would be surprised. I think just maybe to the extent of probably caretaking they probably had to do. Maybe so. But I mean, you see it. You see it. Even with the leaked questions and plenty of preparation, you saw how bad he looked in that debate. And again, it is what it is. But the possibility of a female president, it happens again. Now, everybody's welcome in the den. If you're new and you just ear hustling, if you're just chilling, you're just trying to figure out what the fuck's going on in here and how this thing is shaking. It's a conversation for everybody. But I got to talk to my blacks for a second, right? fellas, if you are a black man, prepare to incur the wrath of the black woman. It's going to be very bad for you. Depending on your situation, you may want to start dating white girls for the next 4 years or so. I don't know what to tell you. But when Kamala does not win, and you see that more black men voted for Trump this go round than last go round, they're not going to say it's because they support more of what he has presented, because we've heard nothing from Kamala. Kamala's going to run the same playbook Joe Biden ran last year, right? I'll tell you about it once you get us in. Then I'll tell you everything you want. I got this great plan. I'll tell you about it once you get us in. Hey, Ice Cube, I'll call you once we get into the White. Has Ice Cube ever gotten a call? Somebody call Ice Cube, ask him at the White House to call Ice Cube. It's too late now. But they're going to run the same playbook, right? They're going to try to run on representation, right? So don't be surprised. I don't think it'll be. You see, like I told y'all, I don't like black folks who use the term POC. Let me correct myself. As I said that. I don't like it when they use POC for themselves, because Kamala Harris is a POC, right? We don't know what the fuck she is. She's just some type of person of color. She's a TPOC, some type of person of color. We don't know what color or background. She's just a TPOC. But anyway, after she loses, black women are going to be livid with black men. And they're going to say, everything from, we gave y'all a shot. We supported y'all with Obama. Whatever. Y'all support Michelle. They're going to blame, again, misogynists. They're going to talk about sexism. The matriarchy is going to be back in full effect. I mean, the patriarchy is going to be back in full effect. All the excuses that they can come up with It's going to be full fledged, right? And it's going to be the women you wouldn't even think would be on this because again, women consume a lot more entertainment, and trust me, all of the Amanda Seals and other prominent black female creators, they'll make sure to address it in all the content they make. I wouldn't be surprised. Tyler Perry. Uh, if Tyler Perry joins the movement, shit, he ain't too far off from the rest of them. Crazy shit. I seen that nigga that was at some concert. This nigga dance like a whole hoe, like with the Megan Thee Stallion knees and shit, like the whole hoe. Anyway, this ain't about Tyler Perry. We'll get to him in due time. Oh yeah, oh shit. Yeah, y'all know where I came from. That old Dave Chappelle. Let's see. Bye, Felicia. Yeah. Oh, they gonna come running and with the bullshit. You're a Democrat, T. Walker. Oh man, you absolutely know. Let me see. Make sure I ain't missing. I ain't dissing. Do 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 do. They're gonna run with Hunter. Hunter gonna be the fucking VP. Like, 'cause at this point, I think they're gonna just throw some shit at the wall and hope something sticks. Like, what do you like? What do you have? Like, what is the merit that you're like? What is Kamala's slogan gonna be? I'm every woman. Like, what the fuck is she gonna run on? Like, she has nothing of merit. What's she gonna run? I'll teach you my techniques. Keep your man at home. Like, what is she gonna run on? Like, what is what is that? Yeah, they're already mad. They're gonna be super mad, right? Because they swore. Remember last time they swore they won the election for Biden, right? And they talked about white women real bad because white women voted primarily for Trump or more for Trump than usual. They talked about niggas because niggas, black men. I mean, I say niggas. Black men voted more for Trump than usual, and they swore they saved the nation. And now look where we are. You can't tell them they did nothing wrong, but it is what it is. That's crazy stuff going on. Let me see. Ja, where's Ja? J Man, what's the motherfucking deal? Holly, always good to see you, Miss Holly. Yeah, well, that's what's gonna happen.
Joshua is a sweetheart.
That's what I'm concerned about.
He named his bath toy duckling baby chick Sarah. Person face palming female sign open mouth smile tears of joy tears of joy tears of joy see no evil tears of joy tears of joy tears of joy.
Is this so, Mr. Mel? Got a lot of questions going on. Got a lot of questions that 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 may need some answers. Roman, what's the motherfucking deal? Good to see you, Mr. Roman. But yeah, man. Like I said, it's no surprise, but I'm curious about what happens, right? Because what they're gonna do, honestly, the more I think about it, is they may have already conceded. Okay, they basically said, "Fuck it, we know we can't win with Kamala, whatever her name is, but instead, this is a play for 2028, right? Because now you got 4 years to push the narrative that you're misogynistic, you're racist, you're sexist, all of these things, and get people riled up and believing it. You'll have let's see, a bunch of kids who are like 14 now. They'll be able to vote. Don't know what the fuck they'll be voting on, but they'll be believing it because the youth, their fucking whole lives are politicized. Like every single thing that they do, their entire existence politicized. You know what I'm saying? So it's a wild situation, right? And shout out to the lovely Miss Sarah Lou for the den donation. I appreciate it. Oh shit. Yeah, a little Roman grown. Roman is Rome now. He ain't Roman no more. He's Rome. But yeah, man, it's just a situation where it's a situation where at this point, I think they have given up. I think they have conceded. I think they've quit in a sense, but this is a long term pawn. This is a long term play because now I can say again, like I said, you guys are sexist. Hold on just a moment. You guys are racist. You guys hate women. Y'all don't want to see women make progress. Y'all don't want to see black women make progress. Y'all don't want to see, Asian women make y'all don't want to see women do anything like and they'll just push this narrative, right? And they'll talk about how hateful Trump is for the next 4 years and we need to get back to femininity or some shit. But I wouldn't count it out, right? Maybe they I don't know. I really don't know. Because who else do you have to put up there? Like, do you have any other option? Like any other option? You know what I'm saying? Delta Echo Golf. What's the motherfucking deal? Good to see you. Yeah. At this point, like, I would have rather you, yeah, go give the money to the student loans or give the money to the other stuff. Like, build something for like veterans. Like that. That's more than enough money to house. Like, and I get it. Some people got issues. Some people got things they're dealing with. That's like more than enough money to house veterans and like find some type of therapy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gotta be. Right? Like let's take care of the house first. Can we clean our house first? You know, I think about that money and I think about I don't know where you guys may be, but you drive around the greater Houston area at all, you just wonder like why are these fucking streets so goddamn raggedy? Like why what where's the money going? To the interns, to the politicians' pockets, to fucking Ukraine. I'm just why can't we invest? We need to rebuild. Again, whatever we got to make America great again, right? We need some new everything. We need out with the old, in with the new. We need new everything. Rebuild this whole motherfucker. But yeah, man, it's like potholes where potholes just shouldn't be. They got like potholes in potholes. You know what I mean? Like it's a inception of a pothole. Like that's what type of shit is going on around here. It's just it's unbearable, right? It's unbearable. All right. So I've been ranting, I've been raving. Quite a few thoughts on my mind. So quick poll, and I think I know the answer to this one. 0 for no, 1 for yes. Did you truly believe that Biden would resign from the position or resign from the race willingly? Because I did think that they were going to, me personally, I did think that they were going to have to do something maybe drastic to get him out of it. I didn't think that he was going to resign. I thought he was going to go out like an old man, like like an old man should go out. Nobody said, "No, ain't no way." Yeah, and so I wonder who they had to intimidate to get that through. Like, because to me, like I think he thinks he's still very of. Look, I'm starting to sound like him. I think he's still of sound. He believes that he's still of sound mind. I don't think when you that's not even a thing. Like when you're dealing with these things, especially like when memory loss, you call it dementia, amnesia, whatever you want to get into those kind of context of things. Of course, you don't know what you don't know, right? So you don't realize what's happening to you because you can't realize what's happening to you. You know what I mean? That's why I said who did he have to intimidate or who did they have to intimidate to you know what I'm saying? No, terrible. Maybe when the offer couldn't refuse with the Chinese. The Chinese make another offer. Um, but yeah, and so it's here we are. I wonder what it was. Like, all right, we won't Hunter won't have to do any jail time. Just get your ass out of there, and we'll make it easy. Right? We'll make this smooth. But now, number two, second question. This is a fill in the blank, right? This ain't a multiple choice. It's a fill in the blank, right? You got to write your answer. It's not an essay. You got to write your answer. Do you believe? We're throwing away our political affiliations here, right? We're just looking at the game the way it is, right? We're just looking at the rules and the way it's laid out, right? We don't know this way or that way. Personal feelings. Do you believe that Kamala Harris is the best options for the Democrats to keep the White House? If not, who do you think would be? Sad thing with this is a little crazy. Why is this doing this? Um, I mean, do they have any options really? Like, well, I mean, like, do you do you really believe that they can put up a winner? Right? Do you really believe? Oh, now he endorsed her. He's giving his full endorsement. I thought he wasn't endorsing it first. Well, he had to though. That was probably part of the deal. Look, nigga, we're gonna let you make it up out of here. With most of your sanity intact. Most of your uh pride, but you got to endorse the broad, or else, right? But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that was part of the play. Uh, this is that's why I hate niggas. Why is this even on my timeline? I'm not even going to talk about it. What the fuck is this shit? Oh my god. Oh, real quick. No, I'm not even going to talk about that. I'm not even going to talk about that. I'm gonna do a video on that. So I'll leave it alone. So they have no option. I don't think so either. I don't think that you have a qualified candidate either with enough name power, just period, or actual. I don't think you have enough time. I don't think you have a big enough name. And again, a qualified resume. Like, yeah, Michelle's a name, but do you get a well? According to black women, that is a resume. She was a full time wife and mama to the president's kids. We can get into that conversation a whole other time. Y'all already know I know about that. But for the perception and for the sake of the story, she was basically the president. They'll look at it. Uh, Hillary is an interesting one. Like, I don't. Maybe that first one took it out of her. Maybe that first one. I don't think she wants to go toe to toe with Trump again. I think they may have put that on the table. I believe that was an option, right? Because the nomination still isn't technically official, right? I believe that the Hillary play was an option. Okay. Thought it was a sneeze. It was just a fucking yawn. So if any of you guys yawned at home, my bad. But I do believe that the Hillary play was an option at first. I truly do. But I don't think she could take a second L to Trump, right? I don't think she oh, Booty Judge. Yeah, that's oh yeah. That's what I'm saying. Look, and that's why I say like I don't think she because like here's the deal, right? The first time it was, yeah, it's Trump, but it's fucking Hillary, man. So now Trump has had like all this time for people to like up the hate, up the charges, up the ante, like make him 10 times worse than what he was when he initially ran. What if you lose to him again with all of that? Like you've been quiet for the most part since then. You show up again, the same motherfucker you were. Trump that had a term, that caused some charges, everything else, right? Everything else. Heck, gotta start stretching. Everything else, and he still beats you again. That would be two major Democrats down, done, careers over. Get them out of here. Like it is what it is. Be honest, what's the motherfucking deal? Uh, let me see, let me see, let me see. Could you imagine that? Like that I wouldn't. Could you imagine that ticket? Harris Obama for the White House. Like that'd be a terrible, terrible, terrible. Like I was seeing somebody say something. I gotta. I was seeing somebody say something that was very informative. Let me tell you, I've enlightened you. So right now, I believe the age is 35. Like you have to be at least 35 to run for president, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's a dumb fucking rule. Like I believe if at 18 you can go and give your life for this country, you should be able to run for president. Right now, let's be honest. Grown-ups are not going to vote for some kid, you know, Similac still on his breath, all that good stuff. We know, but the ability to do so should be there. Because what if, just what if, you get one of these somebody comes with some new, fresh ideas, right? To inject some life into society. uh, to inject some life into this society, right? Taryn, what's the motherfucking deal? H&M, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me see, let me see. Man, look. Um, oh no, I ain't even like I said, I didn't catch any of the RNC. Like none whatsoever. And so shame on me uh for that, right? But I absolutely will. I absolutely will be catching. So yeah, that's why you gotta have somebody young. So I'm already ready to take a nap and shit. Uh you know what I'm saying? It's terrible. I'm old. Josephine Johnny. But yeah. So I think it's gonna be very interesting. It's gonna be very entertaining. Do, 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 do. I'll just have to respond to this real quick. Oh, he walked out to Mini Man. Yeah, see, I heard that. I think I saw the little thing. So that like that's the. But see, here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. Like this is why niggas kill me. Niggas kill me. If Trump was not tapped in, as the blacks like to say, if he was not tapped in, he would not even entertain. What other Republican candidate could that happen to? And then they would handle it the way that Trump handled it. Oh, he did it? Oh, shit. I thought it was real. I seen a little. If he came out to that shit, uh, terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. About as fake as the Project 2025. Anyway, well, I rescind my previous statement. Maybe like fuck you niggas. Y'all niggas wanna fuck with me, I ain't fuck with y'all not. Fuck y'all in many bit. Uh but that would have been the smartest thing to fuck. That would have been hilarious to fucking come out to. Um Again, like I say, it's a situation where I just don't get what it is at this point. Now you gotta to tell niggas to convince them. Like, do we even want to convince niggas? We really don't. There's no reason to even try to convince niggas at this point. You know what I'm saying? Um, because if this nigga was as racist as they say, why would he even freed any of the niggas he freed? Right? Because that's not doing a benefit to his base in any way, form, or fashion. Is they proud to be American? You ain't lying about that. BA from the BM, Mr. Anderson. What's the motherfucking deal? Oh, man, look, and that's the no, but that's what I'm saying. Michelle and Kamala on a ticket, bro. That's like I don't even want to use that analogy. What was it? What was it's almost like Donkey Kong Country 3, right? Because remind me if I'm wrong, I can't remember because it was Donkey Kong Country. You had Donkey Kong, the actual big dog, right? And then you had Diddy Kong, and Diddy Kong was introduced. He was cool. He was fucking with her. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you get part two, and it's like, hey, Donkey Kong's like Diddy and the little chick or something with it. You know what I'm saying? And then like the last one, it wasn't like either Diddy or like I think both them niggas got fucked over. So you just replaced. They're like you like replaced it with these like sidekicks. Like they can, but I don't really think they're not strong enough to hold the weight of the brand themselves. You know what I'm saying? Uh, yeah, and like, but that's what the only thing that happened with a Kamala Harris Obama ticket is like I said, you'll rile the black women up. You'll get the black women feisty and angry, um, and they'll justify it. Like BA said, hey, emotional. They'll be very emotional. They'll talk about the 400 years of racism and slavery in this country, the country that they swear they hate up and down all the time. Like, why is it so important to have a like? I mean, and again, I get it. I get the Obama thing was cool to say, but like, what did you really get out of it? You're gonna see women going to the polls, black women, to support a woman who said, "I'm not going to do anything for black people specifically," right? And not saying that you have to. I'm not saying that you do. But when people try to promote you as the black savior or the black representative, like how you the black representative that don't represent nothing black? Man up! What's the motherfucking deal? Always good to see you, sir. Broderick's here. There's that. If you're into that kind of thing. Uh so like I said, hear me out. And I'm glad you said that, 12. Do y'all remember last election season? Do you remember the content that was getting put out? What was it like? Get your booty to the poll or twerk your booty to the poll? Like the shit. Like I used to get mad. I used to get upset. Right when I see blatant pandering, I used to get mad. I'm like, why? Why is it so? But you know why they do it? Because it works. It works. Now, I know I think what's her name, Mars, they probably can't get her to do it because I think she already said she's a Trump supporter. That might be the only thing. You might get a bunch of hood rats and ratchets who don't think for themselves, but they like sexy red. So they're gonna go vote for Trump just because she said so. It's crazy. Um say shout out to the lovely Miss Sarah. Appreciate the damn donation. Says Dan, a graduated college man with a plan, is probably kicking furniture right now. See, Dan saw the political landscape in the future. Dan knew this 6 months ago. You know what I'm saying? Dan has it all mapped out. You know what I'm saying? He just made sure it didn't interfere with his own personal plan. Uh, that's funny. Oh, they show up on the thing too, because I'm having a little thing. My bad, my bad. Hold. Do, 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 do. Let me see. Again, make sure the live chat so that you can see all of that. Yeah. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised.
Dan, the
Because
graduated
here's my thing.
graduation cap college man with a plan, is probably kicking furniture right now, loudly crying tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy.
Don't be surprised if you see more content like that. Don't be surprised because you see they were already trying to do it. Remember, at the end of the day got ahead, right? Remember they brought Glorilla to the White House and they were trying to get her to they were trying to get her to endorse Joe Biden. Oh yeah, it didn't do it, did it? I don't know why it's not doing it. Let me see something. What's on my nose? What's on my nose hairs? Konnichiwa. Thank you for the donation. Oh yeah, I definitely need to go to bed. But I don't know why it didn't set off. I gotta figure out why it's not. Oh, I know what happened. I know what happened. I know what happened. The dilly dally. But here we are, right? Yeah. No words have ever been true. I forgot what I'm saying. Um, man, I got a question. I got a question for the people in the chat. I was speaking with someone, and I would like to know your personal thoughts. Y'all remember Cory Booker, the light skinned gentleman? Oh, the end of the day. But yeah, what do you remember? I've made statements saying that the Democratic Party does not promote straight men at the forefront of the party, straight black men at least. Um, I know he's dating the chick or whatever it was, dating the chick. What do y'all think about Cory? No, I mean that's what I remember. He was dating one of those people. I'm just curious. I mean, I thought he, to me, doesn't come across as the world's most masculine guy, right? La, 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 la. Anyway, um, but again, I might be wrong. Like it's not like I paid a whole lot of attention to him, or maybe he's just trying too hard. Who? Because I think what he had the did he have the homeboy T Bone? Because I think it was Biden had corn pop. I think Booker had T Bone. Except a dog named T Bone. It was a butt. Oh man. Okay. Yeah, it was definitely a mutt. So here's the deal, right? I think we're headed to a very I won't say an unprecedented situation. We're headed to an unprecedented situation. I should do stand up. Oh, you knew it was coming because y'all know I like corny jokes. But I think we're headed to a very. I mean, it was already an interesting election year. I believed that Trump was going to win. Okay. I thought it might have still been close because I believe that, last time things may have been assisted. So I wouldn't put it past them this time to try to assist again. Correct? So, oh, shit. Shout out to the lovely Miss Sarah Lou. I appreciate the dear donation. Oh, man. The Big Mike's going to be in the White House busting ass cheeks like Puffy and the rapers, raping rappers. It's a sad story. Um, Now I'm thinking about it because of this Puffy ass video I seen. And if your kids play Roblox, you need to investigate, and you need to investigate thoroughly, right? Investigate thoroughly. Roblox is not kids' game. That are, yeah, I'm sure it started out that way, but a lot of these shit, these man, look. Anywho, seen this video. We talk about some little kids, and I really believe the little girl did it and blamed it on her little brother. Um, but had a pregnant Roblox dressed all ratchet, and then, like I said, tried to blame it on the little 5-year-old brother. Said that was his character. Now, uh, and the little saying that the little thing was saying was "Ain't no party like a Diddy party." These are kids younger than 10. This is what happens when you let them around these adult conversations. This is what lets them have. This is what happens. You let them have phones. They already have retarded, and then they don't know how to process the shit. And then now they start going out and doing and saying off the wall shit just because they want to be a part. They don't understand. They just want to be a part of whatever's trending, the trending conversation around them. They don't want to be left out. Don't know what none of shit mean. Don't know what none of it's about. But they don't want to be left out. Anyway, uh, I'm trying to tell you, like robot, it seemed like some little weird, innocent Lego looking ass shit. Man, look. Oh, the Secret Service. Oh, oh, Roblox is a terrible, terrible thing. Like they got all when I say they got all kind of off the wall shit going on in that motherfucker. Like I was watching some video, they were just showing the shit, and they were just like, bro, you got to be careful. Every fucking thing you do, you got to be on your toes. Well, y'all got to be on your toes. Yeah, I do not. Where are we at? So this is what we're about to do. Okay. We are about at the hour mark. So we're going to open up the line. All right. Give me a second. I have to get I have to get my headset because I took it out of here again. Let me grab that. Go get my coffee. That was should be done by now. And we'll say we're gonna get this party started, but it's not a Diddy party, just a regular party. We'll get this party started. So give me about 45 seconds, and then we'll get everything rolling. All right, so not bad. Uh, got the coffee, came back in the room, and I'm like, I forgot something. Because it helps to obtain the headset so that we can communicate. Correct? All right. Let's see. Just one moment to get the line up. So again, what we will be discussing, we will be discussing. Man, what I I just finished up my bottle. Unfortunately, it's Sunday in Texas, so I cannot buy any liquor. It's a sad, sad state of affairs. Let's see. Oh man, that's a terrible. Oh, can you? That's the sign of a bad outing. Like you see Brian Pumper doing the Brian Pumper dance and Diddy bopping in the same party. Like it's gonna create an energy so perverted that I mean you can't help but be affected if you're in the I mean if you're in the vicinity. I mean it's gonna get you. That's why everybody get turned out. It's like a almost like a rain dance, but it's like a purr dance. Coffee ran out of half. I only had like enough for a small thing of the Starbucks kind. I didn't. That already put the water in the thing, so I had to mix it with some Bustelo. And so now I'm drinking some type of coffee I've never had before, and we're going to see what the outcome is going to be. Ah, Infinity, the Reform Pimp. Good to see you as always. All right, all right, all right, all right. You're right. You're happy. Yeah, well, once you cross the doors, it's a wrap. Speaking of Diddy parties, did anybody watch that new house party? Came out, I guess, like a year or so ago, maybe a couple years. I mean, think it should be like last year. Should be like I was in 2020 on show. What the fuck are you talking about? Me and time just we can evade one another sometimes. You know what I mean? And everything should happen just that should happen like yesterday, nigga. That was 2 months ago. Lined up. Do, 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 do. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Because everybody made the y'all seen the shit on it was on Tubi. I think that should end up on like Netflix or something. Or Hulu, one of them called Downfall of Diddy. I'm like, well, I ain't gonna call this shit the downfall of Diddy. Like nothing happened to him. Like nothing happened to. Yeah, they made another house party movie, but it's not like with Kid and Play. It's not even with what was the little nigga's name? What another bad creation? What was the nigga's name? I know I'm talking about. I can't remember the motherfucker's name. I can't think of them little niggas' names. What was their fucking name? The little Lamarion niggas. Uh, what them niggas called? I forgot what they was like. They look. I can't remember none of that shit. That's what I'm trying to tell you. My memory be bad. Anyway, let's see. All right, looks like make sure I got the audio settings corrected. And we'll get some calls on the live. Un momento for foray. All right, cool. That's good. Wow, didn't lie. 832-464-4555. 83. No, it wasn't. It was it? I mean, I don't remember. It wasn't B2K, not them little niggas. The nigga, was it Omarion or Omarion's older brother, whoever the little nigga was, I can't remember. It might have been Omarion. It might have been a little old. Remember, the one that was in the third house party, little niggas. I can't remember what they fucking, what they were called. They were called something. But yeah. Uh, that nigga Diddy out there popping willies and shit on his fucking bike. Like, Diddy is chilling. Like that nigga ain't got a care in the world. He ain't worried about a motherfucking thing. He made well, I ain't gonna say that. Been already had too many close attempts on people's lives lately. But that's what they do. They get all this shit hyped up. They get all this shit on somebody gonna try to go attack him. Cause like it's just certain shit. You know what I'm saying? I guess his usefulness as an asset is no longer needed, or he might have got some information about the wrong people in a certain position. And no, it wasn't Chris Cross. It was them other little niggas. What were they called? What were they called? I can't remember. It wasn't another bad creation. What was them niggas called? Roger, this is something you should know. This is something you should know. Because Chris Cross was just the two little. I thought it was three little niggas, and they used to, nigga wear the little funny glasses and had the little twisty shits in their head. What was them niggas called, man? This nigga said DOS effects. So on effects. It's a live effect. Shout out to the lovely Miss Sarah Lou. Appreciate the dead donation. Says happy birthday, Roderick. Roger doesn't have a birthday. Roger just exists. Um, what was it? What was it? I can't remember. Now I gotta look the shit up. Now it's gonna be on my fucking head.
Happy birthday,
Ah,
birthday cake partying face party popper balloon
see, now
gift
it looks like I'm
confetti
telling Roger's
Broderick
fucking
heart.
birthday. I'm gonna be pissed off when I learn the name of it too. You know, because I'm gonna be like, God damn it, I knew that was. I was actually right. Another one did come out last year in 2023. See, that's what I be saying. I be watching shit, and I forget shit. Um, like I said, what was it? Marcus Houston, the little shit, the group that they was in, Batman. What was it Batman, Romeo, and something else? That's the other nigga name. What other nigga? Oh, yeah, they had TLC sex as a weapon. It's stupid. um, shit. Yeah, like I said, I knew that nigga was related to one of them motherfuckers. Yeah, that group, you know what I'm saying? Immature. It fucking Max. I really didn't want to know that bad. I didn't, but just because of the fact that I could not, it just wasn't clicking, and it just good grief, immature, fucking immature. Um, Probably been better if it was Millie Vanilli. Oh, yeah, yeah. My bad. I had to go on that. I had to go on that path. I was determined to start. I had something up earlier. I meant to share it with y'all. So, what do you believe, given a percentage wise, right? Because remember, 2016, everybody said it was a wrap. It was Hillary had it in the bag, and you know, you just might as well lace your boots and get ready for uh, Hillonomics, Clintonomics, um, and then bow, bing, pow, she loses to Donald Trump. What if that were to take place in the Senate? Like, what if it's the power duo of Big Mala and Big Mike? Big Mala and Big Mike take the White House. That sounds like a fucking children's story. Uh, Big Mala and Big Mike take the White House and somehow, some way are successful. What do you think the percentage chance is of a ticket featuring Vice President Harris? Shout out to Exterminathan. I hope I ain't fucking up too bad. Welcome to the den. Um, Big Mall and Big Mike, they take the White House. What do you think the percentage chance of that? Oh, you're Broderick. You're a man of the Lord. Don't lie, at least on a Sunday. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be extremely ashamed of yourself on a Sunday of all days. You better go repent immediately. Um, like, can you imagine? What is the likelihood? As matter of fact, fuck just the likelihood of Kamala Harris being president of the United States. Like, what if Kamala was behind the play on Trump? Think about it. Hear me out. All right, this is just for entertainment purposes only. I'm 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 just throwing shit. All right, hear me out. Hear me out. Lockbert, good to see you. What's the motherfucking deal? Um, what is the likelihood that if Kamala Harris became president, what is the likelihood that in her term she would invite a large group of black women to the White House to jam Sexy Red or whatever other degenerate female artist is popping at the time? 'Cause I genuinely believe she only did that. Like, she don't listen to those. Like, have you seen Kamala dance? Look at terrible, terrible. Have you, if like, asking everybody a question. I'm asking everybody a question right now. Okay. And if you take too long to answer, I'm judging you. Right. You haven't answered everything else relatively quickly, so I'm watching you. So you have one song to add to the DJ list at the cookout. What is that song? Hurry up. Don't take too long. Yes, white people, you're invited to the cookout. So you're allowed to answer the question. You got a honcho pass. It's like a VIP platinum pass. A platinum pass for the platinum plan. A platinum pass for the platinum plan. Say that 3 times fast. Lockbird, a man of culture. There's some hoes in this house. Thought you were supposed to be a godly woman. Terrible, 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 terrible. Yeah. So here's the thing. Well, no, Kamala be putting we should be putting that hot comb on that motherfucker. She over there burning the kitchen up. People will claim anything. Black people will claim anything is black. If you learn how to do the last 4 latest dances or dance crazes or whatever, you can become black. I lost my black card because I can't dance. Right? I'll be dancing like Carlson. So they took it. They took it immediately, just revoked, whoop, took it away from me. I'm on probationary status right now. No, I'm talking about for us. See, this one, Michelle, you're not invited to the cookout. You are not invited to the cookout. You see, I tried to extend a hand, knowing that she's gonna bring potato salad with raisins in. I still extended a hand of faith and hope and assurance, and you give people a shot. This is what they do to you. This is what they do to you. Terrible, 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 terrible. I feel like Kamala would fuck up the cha cha slide, even with all the instructions paired with the song, right? Like just you know. I just I wonder what. Well, I guess Montel was like, fuck. Like, can you imagine that? Right? And I said this the other day. Can you imagine that right now that there is a large, huge possibility, larger than it should be, that your future president could have been the side chick to a daytime TV show host, right? Do I believe she's going to win? Is she a good chance of winning? No, but the fact she's in the position means the possibility is there. And that's what I said earlier. Imagine what if it was Kamala behind the shenaniganery, right? Because see, she knew Biden was going to be out of there after that debate. Like, yeah, it's a wrap for him. If I can get Trump out the way, then who's going to compete? You know, who's gonna stop? So I mean, hey, but here's my thing, right? Shout out to the lovely Miss Sarah Lou. Like burnt here in misery. That is that's a terrible combination. I appreciate the damn donation. Receive the eyes and I don't think I got the bottom. So, do 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 do. Do oh, okay. I gotta fix that after the deal. That's fine. But that's my thing. Like, so also let's talk about hypocrisy. Let's talk about the hypocrisy. That's something I wanted to mention. This is how we look, people. We're either in a simulation
Smelling like burnt hair and misery. Tilda Manny. See no evil. Open mouth smile. Tears of joy. Tears of joy. Tears of joy. Tears of joy. Loudly crying.
I need to cut the thing on the mic. I don't even know what voice is playing. Um, but again, shout out to the lovely Miss Sarah Lou, and I appreciate the damn donation. Um, we're in a simulation or a situation, right? Because I saw people who were, you know, just praising Joe or whatever you want to call it. No, not even praising. Let's just say this. Once Joe exited the race, I saw several tweets, videos, and things of people talking about Trump's too old. He needs to get out the race. That's why we need young, fresh blood like Kamala. You were just endorsing a man who was older than Trump. Willingly. Right? Like it's funny how the narrative gets twisted. It's funny how the narrative gets turned around to fit whatever makes people feel good, right? So here we are. Excuse me. Take some other fridge so I can defrost something. Need to cook. Oh, yeah, yeah. And so that's the thing, man. Oh, I want to. What did Joe? What did Joe do for the blacks? What did Joe gave them some time to think? Good grief! I didn't know what I was about to do. I didn't know if I was going to yawn or going to sneeze. That was a very confusing situation to be in. Of course, it was a yawn. It's like it's a very unfortunate situation, right? Because let's be honest. I'm gonna correct myself. I was about to say. I guess you could say that Kamala had like. I was about to say she doesn't have any political experience, but I mean, when you look at her resume, it's about the same as somebody who doesn't have any political experience. I mean, we know how she. Pardon me, y'all. My apologies. We know how she made her way up. You know what I mean? Lovely Miss D the Gamma. How are you doing this afternoon, evening, evening after last evening? Hope that you're doing well. But yeah, you know what I mean. It's a damn if you. And again, I still until it's officially announced, like this is the number. Like I don't put it like right now. That's what you have to do, right? Like right now, because you can't look like you don't have structure and order. So you have to say, okay, well, at this time, she's the vice president, so she becomes the president or whatever you want to call it. Uh, I guess in theory. Um, but or stepping down from the race. Let me correct it. So yeah, so you're like, damn, I guess we got to go because she's next in line. But nobody, and Kamala with all of her marbles is just as bad as Joe with none of his marbles, right? Like their speaking quality is about the same. Their presentation is about the same. One with a few more uhs and whatever's, and the other one with a few more chuckles. You know, it's not good on either way. But here we are. Now I saw somebody mention AOC earlier. I think she's a little. I think she's a little too progressive, is what we'll call it, right? I think that Michelle gives you some kind of, like I said, Michelle gives you a household name. Actually, I don't think you have a household name available. Kamala, whatever. A household name. I mean, it's vice president. So if you want to run on name power alone and not negative name power because you want to leave Hillary out of that, then yeah, you're going to go with Big Mike and Big Mala, right? So there you go. Either way, I think that it was like I said, I mean, either way, you knew Joe was gonna have to get out. There was no way he was going to it. But I wouldn't be surprised if somehow, some way, the Democrats pull and ooped you, right? Because wasn't it the year that Hillary ran that it should have been Bernie, and then somehow, some way, Hillary ends up with the nomination. So that's all I'm saying. Ooh, yeah, come on, the whole ticket. Oh, all the slut walks. That's super funny, right? Do you remember Slut Walk? Now Amber Rose talking about how much she regrets being a part of that because it got taken over and became something else. What did you think it was going to become when you said we're going to have a slut walk? Like, what did you think was going to occur? Right? What did you think was going to be the outcome eventually by having an annual slut walk? I don't know. I don't know. And again, who they would possibly put the switcher on, I don't know. Because I do believe that, again, Big Mike and Big Molly give you the most awareness. Now, I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it because what I was going to say is maybe, just maybe, you have enough women who are black minded. When I say black minded, I'm not talking about black women, right? Like I'm saying black minded in the sense of like the same reason black folks all voted for Obama is because he was black. Um, do they have enough power to say, hey, well, there are women I want to see the first female president. I'm willing to, you know, disengage from the party temporarily just to see history. Like, I don't know how many women you have like that. Because then I think you also have the women who are pro woman, like we talked about the other day. But then ultimately want a man in power. They feel more protected with a man in a position of power. So the line been open. Oh man, I opened the line like 30 minutes ago. Actually 32 minutes ago. But I've been switching to the thing. Nobody's calling. And I didn't want to talk to Broderick. Y'all were trying to force me to talk to Broderick. You know, as he'll start telling you about how AOC is not AOC. No, I'm thinking about AOC. Fucking follows the Antichrist. Anybody got time for that? Although you may have some type of merit there. I mean, if you really want to put it all together, I'm sure you could. But no, no. I feel like today, well, no, it wasn't even today. The election has been won a couple of times. The election was won when Trump was the obvious candidate. The election was won when they had the debate. The election was won when The incident occurred. The election was won when Joe stepped down. The election was won when Kamala was named the presumptive presidential candidate, right? You know? Oh, trip. I just saw the missed call. Would you like to call again? Although looking at the thing, I didn't look at it again. My apologies. Uh, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. Yeah, it's a situation where do you want to see history made? Like how bad? How I mean, like what is history? Me drinking this cup of coffee is history. About 7 seconds ago, he drank from the cup of coffee. Now write that down. It's written history, right? What is history? What is history worth? Just you gotta just so you can kind of know things. Um, I could do without the. I'm not anti-female president. Like in no way, form, or fashion. If the best candidate is a small lesbian woman from somewhere, or whatever, cool. Like fuck it. Like let's rock and roll. You know what I mean? Let's sippity doo dah. If that's the best candidate, if that's the best option, then it is what it is. But for the sake of saying that you did it, like wouldn't you want to necessarily like earned it? Like if you felt like it was just given to you, you know, like a certain candidate just assumed that it was going to be hers. Uh, yes, small lesbian woman, Bunny. Good to see you as always. Oh, see, that's what I'm saying. I got the ring on. Wow, there we go. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this afternoon?
It's the second time I'm calling, Honcho.
What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have?
Hey, Honcho.
One moment. I got to find you. That's why I wouldn't hear you.
Second time I'm calling, Honcho. Hey, Honcho.
Okay. All right, nice. I can hear you now. Okay, my apologies. Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
This is Miss Grace.
All right, the lovely Miss Grace. How are you doing this evening?
Good. I was down the beach early this morning listening to you, and you say the funniest things. But listen, I want to tell people, when people say, oh, we got it in the bag, that's what some people thought the last time. We should not get complacent, and everybody needs to get involved, and not just with voting. See how you can help, because I'm going to join a group here that we have, the Trumpsters, because I would like to be a poll watcher. You know, because around here, they let all these illegals get in. And in Massachusetts, we have like almost like around 20 states, and they're all blue states, that give illegals driver's license. And here in Massachusetts, they started giving them the driver's license just a few months ago that looks exactly like ours, so you can't tell the difference. And when people get a driver's license, they're automatically enrolled, they're automatically registered to vote.
Yeah.
Ain't that something?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, so this is what they're doing. You know, so my granddaughter turned 18, and when my kids turned 18, I told them, okay, you have to go and vote. So I looked it up online to see how my granddaughter could do it, just so I could look ahead of time to see if she's on her job. All of a sudden, we look and see, we get a letter, she's already registered. You know, so I looked up and how this was done, and it was done because she got her driver's license. So they automatically do it. You know, so we need to not be complacent. Please, everybody. You know, and I was the one the last time. I never underestimate my opponent, and I never underestimate evil, because evil is more active than good.
Yeah.
Hate is more active than love. It really is. I don't care what anybody says, oh, yeah, love always wins and good. Nope. You know, I used to believe that a long time ago. I don't anymore. You know, bad news travels quicker than good news. You know, so we can't sit back and say, oh, there's so many good. No, and I used to believe that most people were good in the world. I don't believe that either. I really don't. I'm so sad I don't. You know, just because someone does something good or does something nice does not necessarily make them a good or nice person. They just did one good deed.
That's very
You
interesting that
know,
you brought that up because that's I got some questions similar to that that I want to do a couple of shows on because what does it take to make someone a good person? Do you have to do more good? Is it the amount or the intensity of the good you do, or is it just your overall nature? Like what makes a person a good person?
you'd have to be an overall good person. You know, it comes within out. You have to be an overall good person with anybody, anything, you know, until otherwise. You know, but just going around doing things because a lot of people today are pretentious. They want to look like, you mean they're such good people, and they're really not. You know, but they know how to play that game. You know, so no, I don't like it. And I like how you were talking about Project 2025 because you see all of the lies up there that they put, you know, and I've always said, if the truth is bad enough, there'd be no need for the lies. You know, just like if the good is good enough, there'd be no reason for the lies. You know, if Trump is supposed to be so bad, you know what I mean, or racism is running rampant, why all the hoaxes and all the lies? That means it's not bad enough. And when I say if somebody's really that good, like when these girls get a boyfriend and they go, oh, he's so good to me, no, you wouldn't have to talk about it. If he's so good, you wouldn't have to lie and make up things that he's good. The truth would speak for itself. And this Project 2025 is just a set of ideas to pick from. You know what I mean? It's a transition project, you mean, for the conservative movement. And it's not just for Trump, it's for any Republican president. You know, and they did this back with Ronald Reagan. You have to be ready. You don't wait until last minute, you know, because they said before that they would start planning in the late spring of the election year or even after, you mean, the party nomination was secured. You know, by then that could be too late. You always have to be ready. You know, just like don't think Trump wasn't ready in case Biden dropped out. You know what I mean? And anybody else. You have to be ready. And some people think just because that the Dems, that now they're going to be scrambling around looking for somebody. Don't think that they haven't been busy in the background. Because any job or any business, you'll have a good business plan and you'll have your flow chart and you have everything. If this doesn't work, then I can do this here. If it goes that way, then I can do that. And you got to be able to move around to handle all things. You mean, so they're not stupid. You know, they were ready for anything that comes along. The only thing that they weren't ready for is that Trump lived. That's the only thing they
Absolutely.
weren't ready for.
That yeah, definitely. Because you know, there was definitely some involvement in a scenario like that because I think they have reached the extremes. There's really nothing that they could do on their own merit to stop the Trump train at this point. And so I do believe that there was some political involvement behind this. I don't think it was just some
Absolutely.
random kid who decided
And
to
we
do
knew it. We knew this was going to happen. And he needs to be careful and keep his little ass from being out there half naked, bare ass. You know, he did another rally yesterday. You know, I would have been in one of those glass things like a curio where they put like the little China dolls in so they don't break or collect dust. I'd be running around like that, Anjo. You mean, or like Dan said one time, he needs to be. And remember that they had that little Pope mobile.
it. Yeah, the Pope.
You know,
Yeah,
he
the
needs
Pope
to do
mobile.
something. Right. You don't get out there. You mean, and be so vulnerable over and over again. I think that's being foolish now. You know, when I saw him yesterday, I'm like, what the hell's this guy doing out here? If I was Melania, I would have snatched his little white ass right back in the house.
That's funny.
That's all to it. That's all to it. and people, and then they're running around with this Project 2025, Project 2025. We have to be ready to deconstruct what the liberals have done thus far. You know what I mean? And Trump's thing is Agenda 47. Day one, he wants to declare war on the cartels. He wants to end veteran homelessness. No welfare for illegals. He wants something called the American Academy, where he wants to revolutionize higher education by shifting excessively large endowments from private university towards a new institution called the American Academy. And I'm all for that stuff. America first. Even when I taught America first, I understand where they were teaching these young kids about how civilization began. Yeah, you can learn that too. But you know what? They're going to lose all that. They need to learn about their country first, then go backwards. So I would sneak it in whenever I could. So they learn about America first. You have to get them to be patriots first, to love their country first. The other things that he wants to do, he wants to do good things for the auto workers, homeschooling for kids. So the money that these these public schools have been getting to educate children, if the parents choose to educate their children at home, they get that check. This is where I come in at. Because that little baby, our baby said she will not go to school. She doesn't want to go. And I homeschool her once a week, but I'm telling my niece, you better get it together because I will be happy to educate or any other kids and do the curriculum frameworks. I'll get that money.
Yeah.
And the thing of it is that these parents, if they tell them, if you keep your kid at home and homeschool them and we'll give you the check, do you know how many parents are just going to sit home and let their kids sleep late and they're not going to do what they're supposed to do?
Overwhelming majority. Yeah, a significant number of them. I think the majority will.
Yes. So you need somebody that's going to keep an eye. Somebody's got to watch over them. There's got to be an overseer for it. He wants to also return production of essential medicine back to America because China's making our antibiotics, our blood pressure pills, our diabetic, our cancer medication. Trump took care of all that here in the United States. Biden got in there and undid all of that, so it's overseas. You don't let the enemy be in charge of making our stuff. In war, one of the first things you want to do, you want to make sure that they don't get medical supplies, they don't get food, because if they're hungry, they can't fight. And if they're wounded and they can't get better, they can't fight, and you win the war. That's just common sense. You know what I mean, Hancho?
Yes, man. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's been sold out to those guys for so long now, and it's funny that you haven't seen any Chinagate, with Biden. But yeah, the whole Russian situation with Trump. Like that's why I say it killed me. I think that made me so frustrated. I'm glad that he's out of there. Is because of how disingenuous. I don't believe people have been more disingenuous about a president when it comes to a guy like Biden and his actual accomplishments versus the lies they tell about Trump. Like, you like you said, if a person is really that good, you wouldn't have to make this stuff up.
Right.
We've heard the corn pops and the foreign friends and all the stuff that he makes up and all just the crazy stuff, man. But then, like you said, then you turn around and you tell all these lies, like I said, with the Project 25, and people are just running rampant with it because they don't have any sources. They just say a bunch of stuff, and us, well, the black folks, them, I'm disassociating as well. Um, they're not going to follow. They're not going to fact check. They're just going to take it. Somebody famous said it because they like some show they was in, and they're going to take the shit and run with it, and continue to spread the lies. Um, yeah, but so I agree. We have to be active, and
Yes. And Taraji P. Henson, come on now. You can look in that girl's eyes and see she's a Looney Tune. She's a cuckoo bird. Yeah. She goes and she takes her medicine every day. And if she skips, she's off a rocker. She's one of those. You know what I mean? If these people had any kind of sense when they read, they said, Broderick had somebody on his page that said, if Trump gets in there, he's going to have us, look at Project 2025, he's going to have us picking cotton at Mar-a-Lago. What?
Terrible.
That's the most foolish thing I've ever heard. They don't realize a president doesn't have that reach.
No.
The president can't do everything that they, you know what I mean? They can't do all of that. He also wants to death penalty for human traffickers. He wants to rebuild our military and take those little high heels off of them and the lipstick.
Yes.
He wants to protect our students from the radicals in school and in college. He wants to end global freeloading. Remember when Trump was in there when those people didn't want to pay with that NATO thing? They didn't pay their part of the money.
Oh, yeah.
Trump got to pay them. He had like a little bill. He said, "You owe me this. You owe the United States." He collected all that money. He got money from them. You want us to protect you and you're not paying your share? Are you nuts? That's just common sense. I can't understand how anybody can be happy that he was that type of guy. We want fair trade. He wants cut wasteful spending. And addressing chronic childhood illnesses instead of just giving these kids medication if they have ADD, ADHD. Trump was very active in drug addictions, the medication. To give people shots so they didn't have to do it anymore because he talked about his brother. This is a man that doesn't drink or smoke because he said it was painful watching his older brother that was an alcoholic and did those things and killed himself by doing that. So he's against all of that. What else? He wants to end citizenship from going forward from illegals with these little anchor babies. My daughter has all these kids that are coming in the program that she works. They come in, they're already pregnant, or they get pregnant over here and they keep a baby in their belly. Just so they can get money. And then he also wants to end war on the suburbs. For the American dream, people work hard to be able to move out of inner cities and to live in the suburbs. Biden wanted to put all the ghetto whites, and I've seen what happens. Where they put people in the suburbs of Boston and Stoughton and things? Oh my goodness, and all the crime, it's ridiculous. They tear everything down. You can't, like you said yesterday, Huncho, you can't sit there and build a nice project because in less than 10 years, they would tear it down. They drop garbage on the ground. You know how I can't stand littering. They do it, they crime. It's ignorant. You can't just give them. So Biden wanted to put those people in the suburbs. Let the people that work hard move to the suburbs, buy their home there and their property, and live in peace. He wants to prevent World War III. And with Kamala in there, with that cackling and that laughing, she's going to aggravate. She is going to aggravate world leaders and get us into World War III, 4, and 5.
I agree.
And what else?
She can't take it serious. You can't take her seriously. And then that pressure,
No.
and shit. I think when the pressure is on, if let's just say hypothetically, because it's not going to happen. If she was to win, I think when she is in an actual high stakes situation, having to make those negotiations, and it's a nervous cackle, and she starts getting nervous, and they're gonna look at it like, what the fuck is wrong with you? These are some of these are hardened world leaders that you're gonna have to be dealing with. You know what I mean? You just
Right.
kind of moved up the ranks because of whatever we call it DEI politicians. But yeah, it's a scary thought, right? I say because I think
It
that
is.
in those situations she'll be a pushover.
And people are not even thinking of that. It's like, we want a black woman. Around here, we want a black woman. We want Kamala. We want a black woman, or a woman president. I'm sorry. I would rather have a man in charge. I just thought, and I've seen women like in other countries that they're ruthless kind of women. The women that we have here, they're not ruthless enough. You have to be one of those ruthless kind of women if you're going to have a job like that. And Kamala can't beat up an ant. I can tell. She can't dance. She can't do anything. She doesn't know anything about the hood. None of that. She's not equipped to anything. And plus, she's not even, on top of that, even intelligent enough to do much of anything with her, whatever's unburdened shall be whatever the hell that bitch says.
I have no idea. That's crazy. Now, see, Roger saying that I'm with her is trending amongst the black folks already. Of course it is. I tell y'all, black people, well, I believe black women and, you know, men who have structurally weak wrists, run the social media chatter, right? And that's part of the
Yes.
big problem that we have is because those are the loudest voices on the internet, and those are the worst voices to be listening to as a whole because that, especially when it comes to the political spectrum, where you're talking about black issues, because these are the people who play the biggest victims on average. And so you got these companies, you got these whatever's listening to these people cry and complain, and that's why I say it's a disservice uh, to niggas to all the shit they do, because they do all this pandering and this bullshit to appease these people, and that's why we get stuck in this cycle. That's why we don't ever get anything done. That's why we keep getting we keep complaining about the same issues fucking year after year, because we're
Kamala slept with a married
settling for
man while
nonsense.
Trump slept with a
Man
porn
woman
Right.
star. Therefore,
And
I
those
must vote
personality
Kamala.
types for kids
Peace be
in a
unto you.
classroom, they dominate and can run a classroom. Those are the ones, they run everything.
Yeah.
You mean they can tear down the classroom. You get one or two of them in a classroom, they can ruin everything. What else did he want to do? He says, protect Medicare and Social Security. I cannot believe these people are running around talking about, oh my God, he's going to take away our Medicare. What the freak? Well, he's going to take away our Social Security. The Dems are taking it away anyway because they're giving it to the illegals.
Right.
Yeah, they're not complaining now about it. Yeah, that's foolishness. And then he said, and to stop, he wants to stop our taxes going to illegals. You mean, and then protecting free speech. Illegals, we owe them nothing. I get so sick and tired of hearing people talk about, well, we're all parts of immigrants and this, that, and that. Yes. You mean, but when our people came over here a long time ago, they came here to work besides the one that brought over here by force. Hey, it was by force, but they still came to work.
Yeah.
You know, today it's a whole different kind of immigrant that's coming over. Not all.
Yeah.
You know, I shouldn't have to say that. And speaking of immigrant, Hunter, one more thing I have to say. One more person I can't stand. Hakeem Jeffries is of Cape Verdean descent.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I can't stand him.
And that's super funny.
And I love the way you say Cape Verde. I told my daughter, Hunter says Cape Verde. He says Cape Verde.
I got to put the southern spin on it. But it was you were talking about the immigrants. It's real funny that you mentioned that, because I saw something. I want to say these guys were coming from Sweden or like one of those Nordic type countries, maybe Norway. I mean, not Norway, but it's one of those, like they had that accent, that Danish type accent. And they were talking about how they came over here legally. They basically did the same shit everybody else doing, and they're actually afraid for the United States. Even though they came in here illegally, they're like, y'all don't have any idea the people who are coming here. There's no checkpoints. There's no nothing. People just walk like, he's like, and he was basically saying, you don't understand how easy it is, and you don't understand the people that he's passed walking along. And he's like, these aren't people who wish the country well. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and they're saying that even though they're trying to take advantage of the situation, maybe I guess you can get in without having to have a passport. I don't know what they were doing here, but yeah, but they were just talking about, it's like, you have no idea. You have no idea, and you know, when we're not out there seeing it on with our own eyes, the news media is definitely hiding a lot of shit. But yeah, people should be concerned, because it only takes a couple of motherfuckers, and I'm pretty sure we can let millions in. The ones who are going to do it are already here. So at this point, like, there's really nothing you can do about it.
And a lot of people here, they're just not concerned. The other thing is, with all those Chinese nationalists that are coming over,
They endorsed
I don't know if I
Kamala
mentioned
because
this
she's the
before,
only one
you
entitled
don't
to
see them
Biden's
homeless,
campaign funds.
and you don't see them at those homeless shelters or those emergency shelters. They're not there. They have their own hostels and their own place that they're sent to, and they take care of it and look out for each other. You will not see them in those other places, Hancho.
Huh. I didn't know that.
What are they doing? You know, but,
Yeah.
you know, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. And I really, you know what I mean? I want Trump in there. I don't care if we all have to starve for a freaking month. I just want him to get in there, roll up his sleeves, and catch illegals. I will help capture them. When they jump over the fence, I'm jumping over the fence too. I'm catching them in nets and throwing them back to their country, and their babies, they all got to go. I want Trump. You see his eyes look all chinky? That's anger. When your eyes swell up,
Yeah.
His eyes are like swelled up, like you motherfuckers. I want him to get there. All those people that did all those illegal things, and he knows a lot more what went on or what's been going on behind the scene than we do. I want those people to suffer and get the big payback. You know what I mean? Not just for him, for the American people. I want, and the only one to get them back would be Trump. I just let him do that. I don't care if they let him for 1 year. I don't care. Let him get in there and do it. Let him get out of the system. Because that's got to be difficult to have people fucking with you and your family all this time, and you can't get them back.
Man, look, I do just like them people on that committee did. People, all the pettiest. I'd look for the pettiest of incidents. I'd have people in front of a crowd. Look, man, look, everybody. Oh, you said what? I'm scanning social media too, just like the Biden administration. You finna look. Everybody gonna get it. But yeah, I mean, I agree. Because again, like I said,
yes, I believe in. I believe in a good vigilante. Yeah. Yes, that's what I want to see, and I will be happy. After that, whatever happens after that, I'm older, Hancho. I will be happy, and I can move on. But I want the big payback. I want the big payback.
I can rock with that. Definitely.
Yeah,
like
but
I say, but definitely
I'm
take your
not going to
advice.
stay
Anybody
on
listening?
here. Go ahead, I'm listening, Hancho.
No, I'm saying, like I say, definitely anybody who's listening should take your advice, not to get calm and complacent, because it does look like things have shifted much more favorably in Trump's favor. But again, we thought that last time, like you said, and then a lot of tricks were pulled from people's sleeves, and then next thing you know, somehow, some way, this guy who can barely even finish the term end up winning the presidency. So yeah, definitely people got to be diligent about their support.
And they said being the most popular president of all time, more popular than Barack Obama, all that foolishness. But no, Hancho, I was the one. Sarah will tell you, Broderick will tell you. If Prepaid Mike was in here, they'll remind you that I was the one that said, I don't feel like we have it in the bag, because I never underestimate anyone. And Sarah and I got scolded in the Discord. Is Sarah still on here? Yep, it is Broderick. We got scolded. Miss Grace, I'm disappointed in you and Sarah. And we were like, oh, really?
That sounds like some Broderick.
Yeah, he scolded us, the both of us. Like we were two little girls, he scolded us.
That's funny.
Yep. But I'm going to get up here. I went to, my sister called me from out of town. I'm not a drinker, and, well, much of a drinker. And she told me about this wine called, it's exclusive for, what's the Joe's place that I went to? Where did I go?
Joe's?
Trader Joe's. So we went to Rhode Island yesterday, but they can't sell liquor in supermarkets in Rhode Island. So I came home today, so all by myself, I got in my little van, and I drove 1 hour to Foxborough, where the Gillette Patriot Stadium is.
Yeah.
Because that was it, because that's still Massachusetts. All by myself, I got on the little highway, because, I don't drive any more than like a half hour. Everybody else drives for me. I think I'm driving Miss Daisy. So I went up there, and they had the watermelon, and they had the peach. So I got a bottle of each. So I just had like one little cup sitting on the back patio while I was listening to you. Yeah.
A good way to relax.
Yep. So I'm going to get off of here. Hey, Michelle. Yeah, I was wondering where Michelle and Miss Bell were, or Heidi. I said, were they the other two people that got shot at the Trump rally, because they disappeared?
They were having
I was getting nervous. But Michelle's here, mostly Bell and Heidi.
They're on Caucasian people's time. They got later than the colored folks. They ain't seen them.
Yeah, that's funny. Hey, my Josh. I saw Trilla. Oh, and one more thing, since nobody else was calling, I guess. When I'm not on here, I peek. When I wake back up and I go through and I listen, I see where Trill and Josh be talking about me. The last time I saw, Trill said, where's Miss Grace at? And then I saw Josh put down there, Trill, if you say her name 3 times, she'll appear. What? I saw it.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, but I'm going to get off here.
Oh,
But you all
man.
have a good one, everybody. I'm going to sit here and finish listening.
Yes, ma'am, you as well. And I thank you for calling in and sharing your thoughts with us this afternoon, Miss Grace.
Thank you, Hancho. Bye bye.
Bye bye. All right. Let me see. A couple of things real quick. We are at the Dos Alros mark. First, shout out to J Mel. Let me see. Shout out to J Mel. And he said, and that's a very good point. I didn't know that. Right? I did not know that. And he said that he says that they endorsed Kamala because she's the only one entitled to the Biden campaign fund. So is that because I mean, was he going with her again for vice president? I mean, do they know if there was a different plan, or is it because she's on the ticket or ballot already? Um, that allows that. No, I'm not sure how it works, but yeah, everybody who sent in for it, they gonna send a refund check. Hey man, I need well, I sent it to the other guy. That's what happens when you order a president off Timu. Oh, so first there's that, and then let me pull this up from Man of the Claw. Again, shout out, appreciate the damn donation. Man of the Cloth says Kamala slept with a married man while Trump slept with a porn star. Therefore, I must vote Kamala. Peace be unto you. Oh man, we have two presidents, or well, two presidential candidates who are down with OPP. Think about it. Think about it. You have two presidents, two presidential candidates who are down with OPP. Um, yeah, called twice. It is time to get ready to wrap it up. Otherwise, I would take your call, sir. But I do have a issue I do have to tend to here shortly. But this is what we can do. This is what we can do because I haven't been there in a while. We can jump in the Discord for a bit after this. I think we can have a good, healthy voice chat discussion. I mean, we haven't had one of those in a while. Because I think there's plenty to speak on with this particular deal. What else do I have to do? Well, I have a lot I have to do. I'll explain when it's done. It'll be a few weeks. But with that being said, I just saw, well, what would you say? Let me see. You called twice. I saw that. Let me see. If you don't answer this motherfucker phone, I just now saw that. But I've already made my speech. So I can't. I can't. But I do appreciate you calling. Hold on, cool. I gotta get ready to slide. I got a little matter I do have to take care of. But depending on what time is it right now? 6. I ain't gonna say we have another den because I did have a whole different den plan, but we may. We'll see. But with that being said, as always, it is my honor. It is my, so it's supposed to be my privilege, my pleasure. Lack of sleep and a lot going on. So my apologies because I know I've been a little out of there. I probably talked a lot slower today than normal, but definitely been off track. But so I do appreciate y'all for showing up. I do appreciate y'all putting through, and I appreciate all of the dense support. We will be rocking, if not tonight, tomorrow, 9 p.m. I'm gonna get back on track. Everything 9 p.m. So I can try to be done by 11 in bed before midnight. But yeah. So again, I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all, and Turn it loose. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool. Until maybe later today, but more likely Monday.